Hey guys, welcome back to another video, another snapshot review to be specific, and we did get another snapshot this week. There wasn't too many new features added, but I think the one that was added, I think you guys, oh my, what are my frames right now? I think you guys will like it very much. But before we get into the skulk sensor, which is really the main thing was added, I think the first new I don't know if the amethyst geode counts as a biome, but the first new official biome I think that was added, it is the I guess that's what they're properly called. So they don't generate naturally yet because Mojang is gonna implement them when they have all of the new cave generation things. My frames are dropping like flies. What is this? Okay, I turned down my render distance by a lot. Hopefully that helps. So yeah, dripstone caves were added. They're basically covered in the dripstone block, and the stalactites and stalagmites, pointed dripstone if you will, generate naturally off of that. But besides that, we have the new skulk sensor. It is an animated texture, which is always nice to see. I mean, it can cause lag, but I always appreciate it when they put in that extra effort. And even when it's an item, the texture is animated, so that's really cool. So they explained pretty much all the features in Minecraft Live. But yeah, if you are standing within 8 blocks of a skulk sensor, then and you like make basically any sound in game, it'll send off a vibration. Like if you're walking, if you're jumping, if you throw a projectile, this also works for other mobs, and there's some other game features like lightning strikes that cause it, but I'm not gonna get into every specific thing. And you don't necessarily have to be in range for it to work. Like if I threw the snowball over here, it would still work, but I'm much more than 8 blocks away from it. So I think overall, that's a pretty nice design. It functions well, as far as I can tell. And as I'm sure, oh my god, sorry about all the lag. And it's raining again. But sorry about all the lag. I don't have the best computer. Hopefully you can bear with me here. But, yeah, wool, wool will not send any vibrations through. Like you can see, I am jumping, I'm walking around. If I take out a snowball, it won't pick it up. If I were to jump up here, it still wouldn't work, but if I jump like on it, or if I jump over here, it picks it up. And if it detects a vibration, it does send off a redstone signal, and it can also be like a water splashing. And I don't think it has to be through a comparator. I think if you just use, normal redstone dust, I'll get to what the comparator can do in a bit, but it'll send off a redstone signal. I didn't want to use a piston here, even though that's what they demonstrated it with in Minecraft Live, because it would just start a chain reaction between these two. But if you use a piston, it's a really efficient way to make a redstone clock. You don't have to time anything. You don't have to strategically place any blocks. You can just place a skulk sensor, put a redstone, then a piston, and send off a vibration. And wool is the only blocks that they won't be detected through, I believe. Like, even with glass, I can box this off entirely, and it's still sending vibrations. Although glass is a transparent block, so we'll see if it does it with stone. Yeah, it does still send it through stone. So it's not only transparent blocks, it is any block that it'll go through. So I think that's really interesting. I think it's a nice touch. So like if you're setting up a security system, it won't be affected by blocks in the way, unless they're wool, of course. So I think out of all of the new features that we've seen so far in this update, this has the most, like, I guess, functionality besides copper. So I like that these specific features even have their own, like, branches of features. And also one thing that I should note is that, like, they won't pick up vibrations from the sound of other skulk sensors doing stuff. It is only from, like, external sources. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but a sensor can only pick up one vibration at a time. So, like, I'm jumping up and down, but it only sends one every so often. And when it's lit up like that, it means that it's not going to pick up any new vibrations. And the speed at which the vibrations travel is actually 1 tick per block, which is interesting, because that's definitely not, like, supersonic or anything. So, like, the vibrations are slower than Mach speed, which I just sort of found interesting. And yeah, you can see the little effect. It's kind of hard to see because it's moving so fast, but it looks like, it's hard to describe, but yeah, it's like those little crests there. Now, I mentioned this before with the comparators, but different sounds have different frequencies. So obviously, waves have frequencies no matter what they are. Light, sound, even water. So, like, different sounds and different vibrations give off different frequencies. So, that can be, and a redstone comparator, like with the filled buckets, can used as a sort, it can, like, draw off of that and emit, like, a differently powered redstone signal each time, which I think is This is the 5th time in 2 episodes. I just find it really cool that Mojang is doing all of this stuff with the skulk sensors. I know that these are somewhat controversial because a lot of people think that wireless redstone is just going to make, like, building redstone and machinery too easy. Since I'm not really much of a redstone builder myself, it doesn't really affect me. I think they're a good idea. But some of the people in the community are against this, and I understand that. And I mean, there's a list of different sounds that cause different frequencies. It's in the Snapshot patch notes, so you can check that out. I'll probably link it in the description if I remember. I should probably start linking the patch notes in the descriptions of these videos. Skulks are definitely not my favorite feature that's going to be added in the cave update overall. Oh, what? My game just froze. Oh, there we go. But they're definitely up there, and I mean, they haven't added in the deep dark and, like, skulk growths and the wardens and stuff like that. But I'm getting really excited for, like, all of this quasi lore that Minecraft has been slowly building up. And I mean, I'm not gonna really get into all of the theories and stuff, but I mean, clearly this pretty obviously has something to do with the game's lore. I mean, Minecraft doesn't really have lore. It's just sort of hinted at, I guess. But yeah, with all that said, hopefully you enjoyed this week's snapshot. I almost said today's, but this week's snapshot review. Okay, I'm just gonna keep my head completely stationary. Will it? Okay, it's gonna let me fall now. I'm gonna stand here. I'm not gonna move my mouse at all. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Those particles were like 10 seconds delayed. With all of these distractions aside, I have a Discord. You can join it. It's linked in the description. And I also have a Twitch channel, which I stream on. I try to do it once a week, typically on weekends. So if you guys want to check it out, you can. And if you join my Discord, you can know about Twitch streams and stuff ahead of time. But that's all I really have to say. Hopefully you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next one.